pretty good.
You like that?
I mean, I like it, but you got to appreciate it. Here's one example. Now, let's be honest. Everyone who's conservative appreciates
dumb people in this. You're not one of them. I think you're smarter than I am. It was sloppy. You're a contender to go on. But you take words as seriously as any man who's ever. and it was frankly dumb. I sent you a text shortly thereafter, and let me tell you what I meant to say. I was saying that the thousands of peaceful protesters supporting Donald Trump are terrorists. What I was referring to are the limited number of people who engaged in violent attacks. That's who I was talking about. And the reason the phrasing was sloppy is I have talked dozens, if not hundreds
of women into running for office, as he did with apparently Lauren Boebert.
Yeah, with lots of money for undisclosed favors.
All right. Well, thanks for putting up with that. Welcome back to Nothing Out Loud.
Now, first I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Yesterday during, I think it was the first segment.
We didn't say we weren't going to talk about that.
Well, I let a huge belch. And I just want to say...
Shut up, racist.
I just want to say on air. Notice how I bend my finger when I'm playing?
I don't.
We have to airdrop it.
Well.
I thought it was hilarious. You were talking about the fathers in your life, and you said Francis, and I said he who shall not be named, and you almost said it, and I went. I texted you last night.
You know what? I have not watched the shows really. I just
okay. When we're done today,
need a little sleep. Didn't feel like
reading what I was talking about.
Instead, I watched The Boys season 6.
Season 6,
or episode 6. Yeah, pretty good. Villain. Anyway, you wanted to play the rest of Captain Fuckface?
Yeah, we're gonna go to a little douche party. We got our douche clothes on.
Yep.
Cover, armed, trained, retired police officers and military have one way in the school, one way out. Emergency plan, God forbid there's a fire, have every kid go through a metal detector, the same protection, in other words, that we give elected officials and Hollywood stars that have all the security in the world.
And
that are
you,
armed.
because
anyway, one
so
of the
many
few
people
senators
want to hurt
talking
you.
sense on the Republican side.
Okay, so he's about to introduce Ted Cruz as the guy talking sense on the Republican side.
Before I basically rip this place apart with my brain,
yeah,
I am so upset with what happened this morning, and then now this. So why? Okay, just the gun controversy, and then the Roe v. Wade. Is it like? Is it too much for us to like tackle both those things at once? Like, do we as a country have the stalwart, I guess, let's say,
I think
to actually handle the taking away of women's rights? Meanwhile, by letting anybody,
you know what? They will only refill.
By the way, anybody buying
I'm
a
trying
gun
to answer your question.
Mead.
I'm trying to answer your question. Yep. My Xanax can only be refilled every 30 days.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
She's taking extra just to deal with me.
Let's see what else. There's plenty of whiskey in my freezer. We don't really have too many limits on when alcohol can be sold. Can you like not buy after 2 a.m. even at Safeway, or Safeway 24/7? You can buy alcohol.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, to answer your question, I ask you a question. Are there enough Xanax? What else is there? Librium, Seroquel, Ambien, Valium.
Insert sleepy drug here.
Or heroin.
Well, I mean, basically, alcohol is just a sleepy drug.
No, it's also a...
Well, I mean, you drink it, and then at some point, if you continue to drink it, you're going to just go to sleep. Yeah.
You pass out.
Yeah.
It's a little different than going to sleep.
Than taking a small pill. Yeah.
The question I wanted to ask you is there enough of those substances, and are they accessible enough?
Well, I would say there isn't, like, look, I've lived long enough to realize that what is happening is so fucked. Like, it's so fucked. I want to be optimistic, but it's like, no, this is so fucked that I can't wrap my mind around it. I mean, I can see where people are going and what people are thinking and where the motivations are to do certain tactics. Like, that's how I think. I'm a tactical human. But this is terrifying, man. Like, what is happening is, I mean,
One step closer to fascism.
I
That
guess you
is
would
what's
call it
scaring me.
unprecedented.
Yeah.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene says, "Go home."
Oh, to the people protesting?
No, she said, "Go home," to a British journalist.
Oh,
And we have video of
I
that.
heard there were stabbings in your country, mass stabbings.
You have mass stabbings in your country. It's like, look, man. Okay. I could be stabby.
So could I. You've seen the mask.
I could be stabby. But really, I started to think about how many people could I possibly stab? Then I started thinking about swords, which I'm a big fan of. And I thought, well, how many, like, let's just say I encountered a crowd
But with a
and
sword,
I
you
had a
wouldn't
couple swords. Maybe I have 2
you don't
swords.
necessarily stab with
But
the sword,
let's
though. You
just
can just slice through.
Right. Let's just say I absolutely know how to use a daisho, a long and a short katana, and a wakizashi shorts. Let's just say, for instance, I'm actually like really good with these 2 weapons. If I was to wade into a crowd, how many could I get? Then I think, well, what if I had an AR-15? I mean, I could have Greystone Plays or Neological or any of these guys like simulate
Yeah.
this, which they have many times. Like, I could watch a simulation of what one dude could do to a crowd of unarmed people in X amount of time before said people overwhelmed them. And even at the highest skill level and strength level, it's not even close to 59 people being shot in a theater in Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah, it wasn't 59. You're thinking of Vegas.
No, I'm saying that's not dead.
Oh, it's just shot.
Shot.
Okay, yeah.
Injured.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, a strong swordsman really would do a lot of damage, but not, really kill. It would suck.
You'd probably kill.
It'd be terrifying. Yeah, definitely be some deaths involved.
But sooner or later, somebody's going to
They'll
throw a
just
jacket
you just
over
get
their
overwhelmed.
head.
This isn't a fucking movie, right? This isn't a movie where it's like, if I stab you and there's 3 people around,
they're not going to just
they're
stand
not
there
just going to
waiting.
fucking stand there, right? They're going to tackle me and maybe I get stabbed in the face with my own weapon, right? But like, that's where it is. The difference is this: if you give someone like me a high-powered rifle, like an AR-15 or a Bushmaster, an M4, any variant of those weapons that I automatically know how to use, they're almost intuitive. They take little or no training. That's why they're military weapons. That's the point. You want the weapon to be so easy to use, and then they customize it. AR-15, MR4, Lego guns. You can do whatever you want with them. And so this kind of bullshit just pisses me off.
Is Texas Senator Ted Cruz. I'll be honest, Senator.
I'm already
I
pissed
listen
off.
to your fellow Republicans. It's beyond disappointing that they are involved. We'll put their names up on the screen because this isn't going
that's
to
your
work.
hit list right there.
Let's say
it's beyond disappointing.
Tell me how this is going to prevent the next school shooting. Your bill with Senator Barrasso would go a long way to doing that. None of them are doing a thing to protect any kid in any school that I see.
Well, Sean, I agree with you. And tragically, we've...
Well, Sean, I'm a cuck, so I agree with you. I
Oh,
agree
yeah.
with you calling my wife a shitty human. Just like Trump did. Oh, wait, you never said that? That's fine anyway. If you want to say it,
Yeah,
you can call me a fag too, just like Dave Rubin. Like whatever,
you
bro.
can fit me in the
Doesn't
face
matter.
just
Yeah.
like my daughter.
Seeing the same pattern play out over and over again. Every time there is a horrific mass murder, and there have been far too many of them. I was in Uvalde the day after that horrific attack when that psychopath murdered 19 children and 2 teachers, and it is horrific. We need to stop them. But instantaneously, when there's a criminal attack, a mass murder, we have a debate in Washington.
All right.
You notice the language he's using.
I'm going to basically round this up.
Okay, but let me just say, you notice the language he's using? He's not saying
Yes.
shooting. He's saying murder. So he's going to come around to a point where he's talking about knives and other weapons. He's going to try to draw a false equivalency. I'm sorry. The woman was talking, and I'm sure it was
No.
very hard for
No,
you.
that was perfect. It's just like you can't. Okay.
Murdered 19 children and 2 teachers, and it is horrific. We need to stop them. But
With thoughts and prayers.
We need to stop them. But what? Look, where I was about to go before your Miss Parker interrupted me before I'm about to kill this show because we're 12 minutes in and she's not paying attention. Look, women, bunch of fucking douchebags just took away all your rights. So I have this idea. How many pregnancies are going to happen if you just cut dudes off? Like, you're going to let them take away your bodily autonomy? Cut them off. Fucking no dick Monday, right? Fucking cut them off and watch what happens. Watch them spring into action.
Well, watch
I'm not fucking you because I'm not allowed to get the health care that my body needs. I'm not allowed, and you're not interested in it. And I get it, it's fine. But let me do my thing. If you're not interested, fuck you, man. If you're just trying to poke a baby in me, fuck you. Right?
just
Look,
having a dick stuck in
this
you
is
means
where
you need to go to Planned Parenthood.
this is where we're at. They took away women's bodily autonomy and they gunned down the right of it. So imagine the next incel that you don't want to fuck decides to get an AR-15 and shoots you up. Imagine anything you want because it doesn't really matter. The idea is that if we take away everybody's guns, then murder rates are going to rise. It just is not even. I don't even know how to wrap my head around this. So in today, they did the exact opposite things of what they were supposed to do.
Well,
But
now
that's
that you
okay. You
mention
know
it,
why? Because I'm buying a gun tomorrow.
it's kind of a gasoline fire situation. You take away women's rights, you don't do anything about guns. So we go on a dick strike. Then you've got your incels who are going to go fucking crazy with the guns. Well, I guess incels are probably used to it. But you got entitled men who are going to go nuts. And what was the other thing? I forgot what the other thing was.
The original head of the NRA, Harlan Carter, who started basically the fucking border patrol, shot a 15-year-old Mexican boy when he was 17 in the chest with a shotgun. Because I don't know, whatever.
He shot a 15-year-old when he
Dude,
was 17?
look it up.
Are you listening? You mean when he was 17?
17, he shot a 15-year-old in the chest with a shotgun because of an alleged stolen car. And there's so many things that go on there. That's the OG NRA, Harlan Carter. who also started the Border Patrol, who also had a lot to do with how Reagan dealt with black people owning guns in the 80s. Look, man, I'm not going to fucking spell it out for you. But this man is a fucking douche.
Instantaneously, when there's a
Bought
criminal attack, a
and
mass murder,
paid
we have a debate
for.
in Washington, and there are two approaches. One approach is target the bad guys, target the criminals, target the violent felons and those with serious mental illness who try to illegally buy firearms. Prosecute them, put them in jail, get them off the street, and keep people safe. And that also includes protecting vulnerable places like schools and churches with police officers.
Yeah, let's police everything. By the way, I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
And this we'll be back with
Florida
because
man.
today, Angry Day.
No, Florida man? Florida man is really good for
If
Angry
you don't
Day.
want to carry on. Because I could rail this fuck all
Let's
day.
rail him on Tuesday or something.
Whatever.
I'm in a
Tomorrow's
bad
crab day.
mood. Yeah.
All right, let's go get him. This
Is Nothing Yet Live.
Nonsense.